뒷담을 하다. That is the Korean word which means talking behind someone's back. Talking behind someone's back is never a good thing, but if you decide to do it, beware because karma could come back and bite you in the butt.
Let it bounce.
Hello friends and family, this is Megan Moon aka Charles 미국 사람입니다. Today's story, there is so much betrayal going on here. The gossip is juicy. This story was sent by someone and they literally just called her Jisu의 엄마, which is Jisu's mom. You know, in Korea, they call you someone else's mom. After you become a mom, you no longer have a name, okay? Even upstairs at the convenience store, that woman, when she first wanted to ask me my name, she said, do you have any kids? I said, yes, Luna and Ruben. Okay, so I'm gonna call you Luna 엄마. I said, no, you're gonna call me Megan, okay? Megan. Younger people don't do it so much. But anyway, they call her Jisu의 엄마. So I'm going to just give her a name and she will be named Yuna. And for her husband in the story, they also just called him Jisu의 아빠, which is Jisu's dad. So we're gonna call him Yoongang. I know someone personally named Yoongang. This is not about you. We're gonna go with the Yoon theme. Yuna, Yoongang. And daughter, Jisu. So Yuna's story starts with it being her daughter Jisu's birthday. But for the first time ever, Jisu's father, Yoongang, could not make the little birthday party that she just had for them at the house because he had a business trip. He typically comes to everything. This is the first time he's ever missed anything, so she's not thinking much of it. But she gets a call. 여보세요? 김 전무님, 무슨 일 있어요? Mr. Kim, is there something wrong?
Hey, your husband isn't answering his phone.
Oh, my husband's on a business trip.
Business trip? 대표님 어제부터 휴가 내셨는데? Your husband's been on vacation since yesterday.
Oh, I must have forgotten. Actually, there was some family emergency, so we had to go down to his hometown to be with his parents. Yeah. So because her husband's never missed something as important as a daughter's birthday, she's not thinking anything bad. She's like, you know, there's probably something up. Let me call him and figure out what it is.
여보세요?
여보, 저 물어볼 게 있어서 전화했는데 I was just wondering something, so I called.
또 그 여자야? It's that woman again? 한심해 진짜. She's so pathetic.
지금 중요한 미팅 중이야. I'm in the middle of a very, very important meeting right now. Okay, I'm gonna have to call you back, sweetie, okay?
So Yuna is like, who the hell is that woman that I heard in the background? And what she's saying is, oh, it's that woman again? She's so pathetic, right? That's not something that someone at a business meeting would say. There is something going down. And that thing is the husband's pants, because it's clear as day that he's with a woman out cheating, missing his daughter's birthday. And so that woman's voice bothered her, like she's very brazen. And then the husband's not doing anything or standing up to her or anything. So she calls up her girls and she goes to a cafe to meet them the next day. Her girls are Hana and Jenny. Now in the story, they didn't say their names. They called Hana Yuni 엄마, which is Yuni's mom. And we find out that Yuni is friends with Jisoo. So the moms became friends because their daughters are friends. So she sat at the cafe with her friends and she tells them, I think my husband has a side piece. So Hana is like, 여자가 있는 것 같다고? You think he has a woman? And then Jenny's like, oh, 이런 미친 쓰레기 같은. Why would she say that on the phone? Yuna, you know, we're not 100% sure that he is cheating. Hana, what are you talking about, okay? He lied about a business trip on his daughter's birthday. There's that woman's voice. 끝나는 거 아니야? It's a wrap. We know he's cheating. Jenny, she's the gangster one of the group. She was like, girl, you need to sue her and get all that money. I know a good private detective in Gangnam. One of my other friends, when her husband cheated, she used him and he got all the evidence for her lawsuit, okay? Because in Korea, you can sue if somebody's cheating with your partner and get upwards of $30,000. And then also sue your partner and they'd have to pay you compensation for cheating too. So Yuna got the information of the PI and then the very next day went to go meet him. While she was meeting, she asked, is it possible that I can come along with you when we go to track him? And so he said, are you sure that you could stand to like see that with your own two eyes? 남편 어떤 사람인지 내 눈으로 직접 확인하고 싶어요. I gotta see with my own two eyes what kind of person my husband is. So throughout the investigation, she tagged along sometimes with the investigator. But this part is so sad because one of those days was her birthday. On her birthday, her husband didn't even remember that it was her birthday, first of all. But then on that day was like, yeah, I've got to go out to a business trip. So on her birthday, she was with a private investigator in a car, following her husband around to see where he going. But sadly, that day they didn't get him. But a few days later, when the investigator was investigating and following the husband by himself, he saw the husband pull into a love motel. And right. He got out of the car, went over to open the door for a woman. So he pulls out his camera, he starts taking pictures, and he calls up the wife, and he's like,
지금 어디 계세요? Miss Yuna, where are you right now? 지금 남편분 모텔 들어왔어요. Right now, your husband is in a love motel with someone.
So she went over there ASAP, and they sat in the car and they waited for the husband and the mistress to come out of the motel. They finally came out of the motel about an hour later, and Yuna sees the mistress. Who do you think that mistress is? As I always say, snakes be right up in your face. Yuna's mom, Hana. So Yuna's like, I'm about to get out this car right now and confront them. The detective was like,
Okay, you need to calm down. 매도는 증거의 싸움이에요. You have to fight infidelity with evidence.
so she's just sat there, sad, on the verge of tears, but she's not wearing her seatbelt. So the detective reaches over in K-drama fashion to put on her seatbelt for her. And he asked, are you sure you're okay to go home like this? 저랑 술을 한잔 하실래요? Do you want to go and have a drink with me? So she went out with the detective for drinks. They're sat at the bar and she's just like crying and drinking. I can't trust anyone. I thought I knew my husband, but clearly I don't. How could I ever trust anyone? The detective says, part of my job is being trustworthy with my clients, so you can definitely trust me. And he's treating her so well. He's getting her the side dishes to go with the alcohol. He's pouring her drinks, and he even makes her laugh one time and says, she has a beautiful smile. As she's drinking and she got more drunk, she just passed out onto his shoulder. So a few days later, she's meeting with Hana at a cafe. Hey girl, what's up? Girl, I've got something shocking to tell you. 한번 들어봐. Just take a listen to what I have to say. And then at that moment, her husband walks in.
여보, sweetie,
지수 아빠도 오셨네? 지수's dad is also here.
what's going on?
So you got to know at this point that they know that she knows. 둘이 더러운 모텔 같은 데서 만나지 말고. Instead of meeting at a dirty love motel, I thought it would be nice for you guys to meet here out in the open at a nice place for once. 어때? Do you like it? And then she stands up and throws water at them in their face. 이게 뭐 하는 짓이야? What the hell are you doing?
Look, I don't know what this is about, but
You don't know what this is about? 그래서 외도가 증거의 싸움이라고 하구나. So this is why they say infidelity is fought only with evidence. So Yuna goes, gets her purse, takes out a bunch of pictures, smacks them down on the table. All of the printed photos of the husband and Hana out kissing and whatnot. You guys need to prepare your wallets because I'm about to sue you for cheating. Harlot and man harlot. Yeah, well they do say that cheaters only admit cheating once all the evidence is there and they can no longer deny it. They will deny it to the very, very end. So you need that solid evidence and solid photos when you go to confront them. In a situation like this, you'd expect for the husband and Hana to be like, oh my God, we're so sorry. Like, we just messed up. Like, usually in this situation, husbands will apologize, right? But Yoongang did not apologize.
이 얘기 다 끝났어? Are you done talking now? Because I also have something I want to say. I too have evidence of you cheating.
The husband opens his man bag and takes out photos and throws them down on the table. And what were these photos? They were photos that looked pretty incriminating of his wife Yuna and the private detective. Remember, in the car, he went to put her seatbelt on like this, so it looks like he's reaching over to hug her. And then at the bar, when her head was on his shoulder, he grabbed around her like this. So it looks like they're a couple at the bar having drinks. And there's just other pictures of them together on different days in the car when they were doing their investigating. So even though nothing ever happened between them, just from these photos, it really looks like there's some couple stuff going on. And Mr. Yoongang says,
Look, you can go down to the courthouse, you can try and sue us if you want. You will also be at fault.
what? So he's using those images of her with that other man to say that she was cheating even though she really wasn't. But in a court of law, photos are what they look like. And again, it's all about what kind of evidence you can get. So immediately, Yuna knows that that detective was sketchy. So the next day, she goes over to the detective's office and it's like, excuse me, what is this? And the detective apologizes and is like, I'm so sorry, but your husband came to see me.
Flashback.
So, seems like this business you got running here is technically illegal. It'd be a shame if someone were to alert the authorities about it. So my wife gave you $6,000, yeah? I will double it if you can get some evidence of cheating on her. I hear that in these situations where wives are running around with private detectives, that sometimes the wives and the private detectives develop a thing for one another.
So the husband went to the private detective and gave him a $12,000 to go meet with the wife, cozy up to her a little bit. So reaching over to get the seatbelt, knowing that he had a camera from this angle that would take the picture, that would make it look like they were like hugging and kissing, asking her out for drinks, taking her to the bar, making sure she got nice and drunk, feeding her alcohol so that they can get pictures all hugged up like this. Double crossing detective after she said, I can't trust anyone. Who do I trust? Telling her, you can trust me. I'm trustworthy. Ya lying heifer. So this man has made $18,000 just off of this one couple. I mean, I ain't mad at him. But seriously, that is so messed up. Like the amount of betrayal. People are so evil. Like I would be crushed for life. But another thing that Yuna is wondering at this point in time is, how did my husband even know that I was using this PI's office? Hana, remember when Jenny gave her the PI's information? Hana was there at the cafe that day. So before Yuna leaves the detective's office though, she asked for the files of all of the husband's photos of cheating. 남편 증거 파일 주세요. Because remember, all the photos she had, the husband ripped up that day at the cafe on the table. But then the detective goes and tells her, yeah, part of the stipulations for my deal with your husband was that I erase all of the files of him. So we don't have them anymore. So she has no evidence files of her husband cheating. Remember I said in Korea, if you want a divorce, if both people want it, you can go get it. It's easy. But if only one person wants a divorce, then you have to have some sort of evidence to prove why this person is not fit to be a spouse. And there's only 6 reasons you can do. Of course, cheating is one of them. So at least in this case, like, we're both cheating, we're both pieces of trash in the marriage, but she has no more evidence. And the husband doesn't want to get a divorce, so she's stuck. So what do you think she does now? She goes to confront Hana. Oh, you wanna know why I'm doing this? One day when we all were supposed to meet up, I was late. It was you and Jenny sitting down at the cafe and I heard y'all heifers talking crap about me behind my back. Why is Yuna so late today? I don't know, but she's still with her husband and he's still going around cheating on her with that girl. 바람 피는 남편이나 참고 사는 와이프나 한심해 진짜. Husbands who cheat and then wives who stay are so pitiful. 세상에 지수 아빠 같은 남자만 있는 줄 알아? You think every man in the world is as good and great as your husband? Yeah, but to be honest, I don't even want my daughter Jisoo hanging out with her daughter Uni, because I hear that kids are impacted quite a lot from their parents. A kid coming from that cheating environment can't be a good influence on my daughter. And since you decided to talk crap about my daughter too, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get her back. And it was so easy. She always had Jenny and Hana over just in the evenings and they would be drinking beer together, just sat at the kitchen table. But one night, the husband, when he got home from work, he sat down and joined the gals. And Hana was aggressive as hell. She just started caressing the man's leg under the table. Okay, she just went and took her hand, was touching his leg, drinking her beer seductively, you know. I'm sorry, I really hate beer. This is gross. I should have replaced it with someone else. You like beer? And then it all started from there. And of course, because she wanted revenge on the wife, she wanted to make sure that the wife eventually found out. So that's why when the husband picked up the phone during the daughter's birthday party that he missed, she made sure she said really loud, 또 그 여자야? 한심해 진짜. She really wanted her to hear the word 한심해. It means pitiful, but in Korea, it has a bit deeper meaning. Like I feel like in English, if you say, oh, that person's pitiful, oh, poor you know, you got cheated on, whatever, it's not as bad. But in Korea, like 한심해 is like, it's a bit worse. Like you don't want people to think of you as being 한심해. Because remember, Yuna said husbands and wives that cheat are just pitiful, right? So then Yuna's like, 네가 원하는 게 뭐야? What is it that you want from me then? 이혼? You want me to get a divorce? 아니, 이혼하지 마. 절대로. No, you will not get a divorce, ever. What I want is for you to know. 남편 바람 피우는 걸 뻔히 알면서도 여러 가지 이유로 살아갈 수밖에 없는 사람들이 있거든? There are some people in this world who, even though they know their husbands are cheating, for various reasons, might not want to get a divorce, so they decide to stay. 내 남편은 그런 일이 없다. In front of us, you shouldn't have been all like, oh, my husband would never cheat on me. You needed to know what it feels like to live next to a man who's cheating on you. And I hope you stay with him for a very, very long time. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, she's one of those people who like you do one little thing to them and they're gonna pay you back like 100 times fold, okay? One of these things is not like the other. Yes, you shouldn't be talking crap, but like the punishment has to fit the crime. She said some crap about you behind her back. Say some crap about her behind her back and make sure that she finds out about it. I don't know. Or just go and confront her. Hey, I heard you saying this about me. What? Like deal with it that way. They say that hurt people hurt people. And this is so true. Like if you're dealing with the pain of a cheating husband and you can't leave and you want other people to just feel it too since you have to deal with it, girl, you need some therapy. The moral of the story is don't talk crap behind people's back. And if you hear someone talking crap about you, please don't go and sleep with their husband, okay? Just talk crap about them if you feel the need to get revenge or get some new friends. In Korea, there is this sort of vibe where people do talk a lot behind people's back more than what I'm used to because of how the culture is. I think it's a little bit easier for mean girl vibes to prevail in girl groups because people do a lot of comparisons. And if somebody thinks that they're better or above you, there's a lot more people who sort of, instead of taking pity on you and wanting to help you, will sort of turn their nose up at you like, your family is not as good as mine. But I do feel bad for Yuna that now she's dealing with that, right? It's like now in our friend group, we're all just miserable together, I guess, except Jenny. Jenny's a gangster. It's still so hard for me to believe that like people behave this way. Like, I don't know, maybe I'm too like naive. Get some therapy, people, please. But I don't know, what are you guys thinking? Share what you're thinking down below. And I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you like this video and you'd like to see more videos, please subscribe to my YouTube page, which is down below. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, like me on Facebook, and I will see ya.